answer, right? I hope to discuss one essay type question from a novel, from the novel also. So let's discuss the answers of this. I hope that you have written to some extent, right? Let's see. Well, so I have shown you I actually only up to prose section, the context questions from the prose, and there are two questions from the drama as well. Let's see. Okay, I will share the answers with you. So don't worry, I will be discussing only up to prose today, right? Not the dramas. Well, so first the questions here is yeah. She had two sons at rising day. Tonight she'll be alone, right? So it is from, these are the questions, and it is from Father to Barn and Stack Country by A.E. Houseman, right? So both spellings have been accepted here because in the book you have at the beginning of the content you have another one and the spellings like it seems different. So that is there's no problem about that. Then the second question is who speaks these words? So the young farmer, narrator who killed the brother, murderer, the boy who is is running away. Anything is accepted. Just the narrator is also accepted, right? Okay. And why will the mother be alone that night? Because one son has been killed and the other one is running away from the village. So if you have written something similar to this, also you will be getting marks. Okay, right. Uh, the fourth question is, what do these lines suggest about the speaker? Speaker's feelings towards what has happened. Speaker's feelings towards what has happened. So you know the speaker here is the narrator, the murderer, right? So his feelings towards what has happened. So obviously the speaker's guilt, repentance, and regret over what has happened can be seen, and he is also shocked and frustrated. He is worried about his mother's loneliness. All the words like guilty consciousness, repentance, regret, if there are words similar to these, you will get marks, right? So for the last part, you are getting 2 marks, so there should be at least 2 or 3 feelings, right? Feeling of the guilty consciousness, feeling of repentance and regret, frustration, despair, sadness, anything is possible. Okay, so moving on to the next second question. So on we worked and waited for the light and went without the meat and cursed the bread. So that is what we have talked about today even. So it is from the Richard Cory, not the Richard Cory by Edwin Arlington Robinson. E.A. Robinson is also accepted. And who are referred to as we in the first line? We in the first line. The people on the pavement, or downtown people, lower class people, poor people on the street, common people, ordinary people in the society, anything is accepted. Why did they go without the meat? Why did they go without the meat? Because They are poor and they cannot afford expensive food like meat, right? Because they are poor, they cannot afford it because the meat is expensive, anything can be rich. What do these lines reveal about the society in which they lived? Okay, what do the lines reveal about the society in which they live? Now you have to talk about the society. So the lines reveal the social disparity between the rich and the poor. Social disparity is there, and they always yearn for the things they don't have. Sufferings of the poor, unequal society. So if there is something related to this, just one word is not enough because you are getting 2 marks for this last part, right? You are getting 2 marks for this last part. So you should be able to give at least 2 lines answer for this. There should be a certain, not a very lengthy explanation, but you can just see what is given in the marking scheme. So you have to write something like this. And the prose one, the first one, sing me one last time, he whispered. I shall feel very lonely when you are gone. So this is from Nightingale and the Rose by Oscar Wilde. And who speaks these words? Right? Who speaks these words? The oak tree, or the oak tree, yes. Now, usually the examiners do not consider the spelling mistakes, right? Not the spelling mistakes of the, you have to write correct spellings for the name of the writer and the title of the poem. But instead of that, these punctuation marks things have not been considered much in the first part, okay? So the nightingale is, and the oak tree is accepted in both ways. And to whom the words be spoken, so to the nightingale. Mm, it relates to, what theme of the short story can you relate this extract? So in this extract, what is the theme you can generate here? It relates to the close, genuine relationship or love. Nature, one agent of nature empathizing with other. Or we can say the nature's love towards nature, right? And nature's concern towards nature. The genuine relationships between the elements of nature. Okay, something related to that. So once I'm explaining these questions, if you have some confusions, doubts, whether what you have written is correct or not, just ask me, okay? Well, the next prose one. It is okay if I die because it is my job and I'm ready for it, but you are a hero. And if you were to die, it would be a great loss for the country. Okay? So there, it is taken from the Lahore attack by Kumar Sangakkar. And the second question here is who speaks these words? It's the soldier at the checkpoint at Colombo. Soldier at the checkpoint, and you can see the answer, just soldier is not enough. That's wrong. Just soldier is not enough. Okay? Soldier at the checkpoint. Soldier Or else you have to say soldier that Sangakkara met. Okay, soldier that Sangakkara met. Because soldier, it's not specific. And what is the situation of this extract? What is the speaker's attitude towards the person he speaks to? The person he speaks to. He has a respectful attitude, a sense of appreciation, a sense of admiration, a sense of loyalty towards Sangakkara's talents, right? You can tell in any way. Okay? So I think you couldn't answer the drama question, so I'm not gonna discuss those two questions now, right? Yeah. So let's again go to the presentation here. Yes. So those are the context questions we talked for today, and the context questions were from last year's paper. Okay, and I have shown you the marking scheme as well. Well, so now let's go to the last part of today's class, that is the essay type question from the novel. Essay type question novel. Okay. How Jagan's cover dice attitude is depicted in the novel Vendor of Sweets. Yes. What can you tell about this? Jagan's cover dice attitude. Cowardliness. Be a gulubag. As a father, he is not having a good personality. To face his son and to correct the mistakes of his son. Okay? So there's a problem. There's obviously a problem with Jagan. We accept that. So you have to discuss this fact. The cowardice attitude of this person, Jagan. Now tell me in what incident you can see and you can declare that Jagan is a coward. Jagan's cowardice behavior is shown. Okay, please send your answers to the chat. You can tell me the incidents. We can have a lot of incidents in the book. They are the cowardice, how Jagan is cowardice, to show how Jagan is cowardice. Let's make a list of incidents. Okay, I got the first one. When Mali quitted going to school, he didn't warn him. Yes, very good. Good answer. He wanted to stop it, but he didn't do it. When Mali stopped schooling, Jagan didn't warn him. So, Sophia, can you tell me a quotation relevant to this as well? Some kind of a quotation, one or two words even, to show Jagan's cowardice behavior. Jagan once tells, now if you have this modern classic book, it is there in page number 19. Jagan says, let's talk about this later, right? We will talk about these things later. Now get on with your eating, right? When Mali is aggressive, he's like, he's calm, he's very calm. So he says like, get on with your eating. We'll talk about this later. We'll talk of these things later. Okay, next point. Yeah, Sydney, he was afraid of talking to his son and have a proper conversation as a father. Very good. Yeah. He, let's say, he lacks confidence to build up a conversation with his son. Sydney, can you add a quotation also for that? Yes, cousin as a mediator or a middleman between them. Yes. Please give us some quotations as well for each one. Shagun always seeks help from cousins to know things about his son, or else taking cousin as the mediator between them. Okay, what else? Others also try, please. Jagan is shown he's afraid to talk about. Okay, he's afraid to talk about. Mhm. Okay, what else? What are the other situations? And can you remember Jagan is peeping through the keyhole? Ah, well, yes, we can say Jagan is also afraid to accept new ideas unless it exists under his culture. Good. Yeah, we can take that as well. Because, Jagan never used what? Even the nylon bristles introduced, he never used a toothbrush. Even when nylon bristles introduced, he never used a toothbrush, right? You can just have some idea, right? I'm just writing. You have to find out the places and find out these quotations, right? And we can also say that Jagan is peeping through the keyhole of Marley's door instead of talking to him directly. Okay? Yes, when he gets to know Marley stole the money, he didn't confront him. He felt like a burglar himself. Yes, very good. He never complained his son. Yes. Yes, he knows that it is a mistake, but he doesn't want to hurt the feelings of his son. Okay, you have some more idea. Let's add some more. Instead of correcting his son, Jagan needs tend to hide and cover the yes, cover his sins and mistakes, wrong behavior. When Mali secretly took money, yes, yes, he doesn't want to correct his son actually. And their connection seems to be only the 5 rupee note. Can you remember that part? Yeah, also you can take it. When Mali demands for money for the investment, he instead of saying it no directly, he tries to avoid them. Yes, very good. A good point. Instead of talking to his son directly, uh, instead of talking to his son directly, he just waves off, right? And even when you talk about those truth printing person, right? He never gets it. Jagan has given some work for him, right? But he never asked him to do it. He accepts all the complaints of it's not Raj, I think, no? Uh, he never forces the owner of truth painting. To make his book done. While he is Nataraj, no? Nataraj is making false reasons. So he's a coward there as well. Because he has given some work and he's gonna pay for it, but still he doesn't bother about it because he doesn't ask for it. Sometimes he just ignore that place and go. Okay, so I think these things are almost enough for you to build up an answer, right? The only thing is now as this question came out, please find out some quotations, some relevant quotations that you can use, right? So go through the book and where you have some side notes written always, no? You have side notes written and go through the book and see where you have written like cowardly father or cowardliness of jargon. So refer to those things and find out some quotations, right? Some memorable quotations where you can remember. Okay. So I think with that you can build up your answer, and I want you. So before next week, before next Thursday, you have to write answers for one of these questions we have discussed today. This Richard Corey one or the question from the novel. So write an answer for one of these questions and send it to me. Even if you can write clearly, you can send me some photographs, or else you can send me the PDF for the Word document where you have written answers. Okay, so please try to write answers because you have to correct your answers to see whether you have still going wrong or where you have to improve, as you don't have much time for the exam also. You have to write and write. Okay, that's all about literature. So please do that. Okay, and yeah, so we have done two essay. We have discussed two essay type questions. I think you have done. You have revised certain facts as well. And we discussed some context questions from the last year's paper up to the prose section. So let's meet next day to discuss more essay type questions and answers. And those who have joined the class, newly joined the class, please send me a message to WhatsApp if you want to join it again the next day too, right? Okay. All right. So before finishing up the class, if you have any doubts, please ask. Okay, I think you are clear with what we have done today. So, yeah, so let's meet some of the other questions for next day. And if you have some requests, send them to me as well. Right, okay, so I'll finishing the class today. Good night, children.
Good night, teacher. Thank you and good night, teacher.
Night.